the road, and we're heading somewhere that in our books is legendary. Join us June 27th and 28th as we head to Charming Fair Farm for 2 days of mystery, history, and maybe a little chaos.
Whoa!
What the hell?
Live banter, real stories, unexpected moments. If you love the strange, the fun, and the unexplained, this is the one you do not want to miss. Make sure you're following because Banter with Richie B is bringing the energy straight to Charming Fair Farm. See you there.
That one is just absolutely beautiful.
we go. There we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Ghost Cats and Cryptids. I hope all of you guys are having a great Father's Day. Hope you're just being able to relax and enjoy your day. It's been, Stan's been spoiled rotten, but he always is anyways. But Sydney's been making sure she made him stuffed shells. It was the first time she's ever made them. So I am glad everybody could make it. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules. Everybody's life is so busy. And I appreciate when everybody's here that can be here. Tonight, I'm going to just be laid back, casual. We're getting ready for Charming Fair Farm. That will be happening next weekend, Saturday and Sunday in Candia, New Hampshire. I'm going to be there Friday, hanging out with Richie, Wojo. I know BDA is supposed to be there along with Denny, and I'll get to meet Susan for the first time. So that will be awesome. I'm so excited to see everybody there, get to go out and investigate again, and hopefully have one more what the hell moment. That would be great. I know that Wojo and Richie are going to be having a evidence tent, so I'm going to be bringing the deer skull with me that we found last year, that the front of it was crushed in, along with the orbital bone on one side and stuff. But before I get going here, I want to go up and just start saying hello to everybody. So the first one in tonight was BMO. Good to see you, BMO. Then Wojo, the Boom, Mr. Boom. See, I can't do it as good. I'm sorry, and I don't do Charming Fair like Richie does. I'm sorry. I have a Maine accent, but I still don't sound like the people that fish off the coast. So I don't have that really bad accent where I can kind of skip. I mean, I do skip my R's a lot, don't get me wrong, but I can't get it all drawn out. It's kind of crazy. Hey, Mickey, you were in. Curious. Giovanni, good to see you, and happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Because I hear it's your birthday, or at least you said it was your birthday. So that is awesome. Hello, Tim Vogel. Good to see you. John T, always good to see you. Jason Finchy is in the house. BDA's in the house. Mary's here. Oh, hey, Sid, I see you. I see what you did there. You came flying in unexpectedly. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody, because I see, Papa Squatch. Hello, how are you? I'm hoping everybody's having a marvelous Father's Day. Mary, good to see you. Benno, oh my gosh, I'm so happy you can make it. This is awesome. And Wojo's laughing. You're doing great, Jean. Oh, no, I'm doing. Yeah, well, you know what? Hey, Adam, my brother, my little brother. Hi, dude. So happy you can make it. So if you guys did not tune in to the Banter with Richie B last night, you missed a major announcement. Major. I was so excited. So excited that we have a new podcast coming. And it is going to be hosted by the one and only, absolutely marvelous. Love her research. She is just phenomenal. And that is Curious Cryptids. It's going to be the Curious Cryptid podcast on the Banter with Richie B Podcast Network. So there will now be 5 that can be. And the Banter with Richie B podcast, as you know, was seen on Dark Realm, HLO Media, and there's another one too. It's an app, Squatch something. Wojo, could you please fill me in on that one? Because I always lose that. But make sure you guys tune in and stuff. I am so thrilled. I am over the moon that Curious is here. They tried to get her on last night, and there was issues, which I understand completely. I've had so many, you guys, I remember at one point were asking where I was, because here I am thinking I'm hosting a show and I'm talking to myself, going over stuff, and there's nobody there because, the live didn't actually go through. So you never know what's going to happen on this podcast network. Never, ever know what's going to happen. It's always a bunch of fun, and just a whole lot of what the hell moments, in all honesty. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Absolutely love this family. So honored and happy that I was asked to, even though I still don't think that I'm quite a good fit for podcasting, but I am trying my hardest. I do love the educational part and stuff, and I do like going over the evidence and being able to do the field research, even though for the last month it has been hell. This week has been worse than hell. I don't even know how to describe it. I had a marvelous message when I woke up Monday morning, which was just making my day. A young woman reached out to me and I wanted to let me know that she had had a mountain lion sighting in the White Mountains in New Hampshire. It was on Deer Hill Trail, and she was going over some of the descriptions. So I reached out to her because I get up early in the morning. So I think I reached out to her. I waited until 5 a.m. She actually messaged me right back, which was great. And we set up a time to talk, which would be 6 o'clock that evening, to do a phone interview type thing. So I could actually get more details on what she had seen, and different stuff. And this girl was absolutely insanely detailed on everything, from the time that they pulled into the parking area to, the hike out to, people that were already out there to, it was just insane. I think the only question I ended up having for her was how her friend got across the dam, which was just like, she just answered all the questions. It was amazing. So I want to go over some of that. I had hoped to this past Friday, make it to New Hampshire, but the place that I work at, I manage a store, and over the weekend, we have, I guess I didn't realize until I talked to the police on Monday, we had our storage units broken into, where they literally didn't cut the locks. They cut the entire sliders and stuff. But when I brought the police in, who had already known about the burglary and didn't bother to tell me, which I flipped out on. We have some kids that are causing a lot of issues and a lot of problems. So they know exactly what's going on and everything else. Hey, Jared, good to see you. So yeah, I had to be sticking around because I had all that stuff to deal with. So it didn't work out. So I did make it out to my research area though. And I took little Miss Lucy with me. I did try to do a couple lives. Thank you, Curious. BDA, I think, watched the replay. Jared shared them, but they didn't work out too well because I absolutely live in a dead zone. My phone said I had 4 and 5G, but it just, I couldn't get more than a minute or two. I tried 6 times and it wasn't working. So I just decided that I would stick with the photos and doing videos of my area and just kind of have fun, because Lucy loves being out and stuff. So, also too, I want to go over, Richie went over it last night, since the lowdowns here, because I did share his on the Ghost Cats and Cryptids page. To make sure you go over to YouTube, subscribe. Jared is just a wealth of knowledge on the Florida Bigfoots. He goes out and does lives just like Richie and Wojo do. It's boots on the ground. Absolutely love it. But Richie was also saying too that if you go onto Facebook, onto somebody's page, like go to the lowdown, go to Banter with Richie B, go to my page, go to Sam's page, and there's 3 little dots on the top. And when you click on that, it will come up with invite, and you can actually invite your friends. Just hit all and send it, and just try to boost these people, boost everybody up. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to, boost everybody up. It's all about respect. It's all about the research. And you look great. Yeah. And it's all about, just getting out there and doing what we do. We all enjoy what we do. It's kind of our reset in life. When things are just going horrible, you go out and enjoy the woods, and it just kind of relaxes you, calms you, and then you can forget about all the worries in the world. That's why I do it. The only issue I had was when I tried to do one of the lives in the woods, it told me it was live, and I'm doing a video and it wasn't. And poor Miss Lucy, oh my word, it was just insane, because I'm hitting the thing, because we had found a bear track, which I will show a photo of later on. And it's just a little bear track. So we're very cautious out there, because there is a mama bear and a baby bear out there. Because it's the second time I've come across a little track. But while we were out there and I was getting ready to do live and I wanted to put that on there, we heard rustling behind us in the bushes. And when Lucy turned around and I turned around, out pops this little tiny fawn. And it said I was live. So here I am. I've got the phone going, this is amazing. This thing jumped out at us. I think it heard us moving around and thought we might be mama. The thing couldn't have been more than a week or two old. It was tiny. It was still wobbly. And it just kind of froze and looked at us, and then kind of turned after about 30 seconds or so and just ran up the trail and then off into the side. And she was so upset that the live did not work, because she wanted to have a video to show her mom, because she's like, this is the greatest place to go, because every time we've gone out, something's happened. I mean, we've this time it was a baby fawn. We've come across, where we've spooked a bobcat, where she's seen a coyote, and she just loves it. And it's so much fun. Well, that's okay, BMO. You're here to support us. And I'm sorry, BMO, you are freaking amazing. Because if I have any questions, I know all I have to do is just go, okay, I'm stuck here. Can you help me? And stuff. So before I get into the research area, because I have been boots on the ground for the last 2 months, actually quite frequently, I have sent into the podcast crew a bunch of different videos just to get their opinions, because Richie is great with this stuff, and so isn't Wojo. I mean, they see something in there like, well, this is not right. This is different. This is not weather related. Now, for me, I'm always trying to figure out why. Even when I was on Sam's show and we were doing the paranormal discussion, and I'm kind of sitting back and everything, and everybody's like, you're not talking, you're not saying much. And it's like, because it creeps me out. It literally does. But if I've had anything that seems like it could be, I'm always trying to figure out in my mind, what could this be? What else could be going on? I always have to try to calculate out something. So it's always good to be able to reach out and get others' opinions and stuff on things. And the videos that I have, we already know I have issues uploading that stuff. Sam was a miracle worker last time, so I just stuck with pictures this time. Regular states, I can't. PSP, what's up, brother? PSP, who's Papa Squatch Production. I'm like, PSP, that's Papa Squatch Production. Never mind. I'm an idiot. That's okay. And I'll admit it. So what I want to do is start off with that report I got. I'm gonna actually read you guys the message that she sent me, and then I'm gonna go over the notes that I took. And I actually had to, because I couldn't make it out there. I love all trails, because I'm telling you right now, if you go onto all trails and try to, map areas and stuff, you can actually get photos. And I actually took some photos from all trails, and it is their photos, and I'm not going to say they're mine, just so I could reach back out to the young lady and say, is this the dam? Is this the area? Just so I had something more to go on. Yeah. Yeah, it is. You're right, Curious. It is. And I have to say, though, the stuff, BMO's artwork is amazing. The stuff that you create is amazing. I just feel like I'm in this bubble of, like, I'm surrounded by all of these awesome people, and I'm kind of like on, oh, yay, cloud nine, and like freaking, I don't know, groupie mode or something, Oh. So let me get this message up so we can do this. I'm trying to keep track of the conversations, but we already know, I get distracted very easy. The young woman did tell me that she reached out to me because she wanted me to document it. And I do have, I can use her name. I'm not going to give out her last name, but I will say her name is Melina. And she actually does live in Maine. When we talked, she actually lives in Scarborough, but she goes to the White Mountains frequently, to this area to fish. And she goes camping at least once a year there. She has since she was a kid. And so she reached out to me Sunday night, just before midnight, and that's why I didn't get it. But it says, "Hello, how are you? I saw your YouTube video with you in it regarding mountain lions and thought I would reach out considering I witnessed an encounter, one in the White Mountains National Forest this weekend, June 13th at 6:30 p.m. on Deer Hill Trail down by the river near where there is a dam. My friend was on the other side of the river and we were both fishing. He got his lure stuck and was rustling around in the bushes. I glanced over and saw a giant mountain lion come down towards him, and he was within 5 feet of him. I yelled, 'There's a cat behind you,' and it ran back up the hill into the woods. I was shocked. So I was like, when I reached out and said, I appreciate her reaching out to me, and we went back and forth to, could we talk? And that's what we ended up doing. So I called her in the evening. So, yes, please go to BMO Creations, BMO, on YouTube. Subscribe, check it out. I mean, the artwork is phenomenal. Okay. And that's what I'm saying. This is what we do. Okay. We support everybody. We support each other. There's a respect, and I absolutely love it. So when I called her, I expected, I have a list of questions I always ask witnesses. I didn't get a chance to ask any of them, because when I called her and, we said hello and stuff, and I said, yeah, I'm very interested in hearing what you have to say. These were her words to me. I wrote things down the best I could in shorthand, because she was very detailed. She had said that they got to the trail, to the parking area. It's a dirt parking area, and it has two entrances. One is a popular entrance that you hike, and it's a big loop. It comes all the way around. The other entrance that they went in is more or less the exit, and that goes along the river, and it's less popular. Most people will come out that way, but most people that go a hike, even if they're going to hike half of it, they go one way, because you've got all of the scenery around where they go. It's along the riverbed. And I mean, it's still beautiful. There's still a lot of scenery, but a lot of people like, a little bit of a hike, and the terrain and different stuff. And so they get out and they started walking in. It takes she said they hiked about a mile in to get to where the dam is. They go to the dam area, because where it's near the dam, it pulls up with trout, so that they go fishing in there. And when they got in there, after hiking in there about a mile in, there were two people there. There were two young ladies. They were just basking in the sun, on the rocks, enjoying themselves and stuff. And so her buddy went over onto the other side, and he's fishing, she's fishing. About a half hour after that, those two that were there left. And then about 20 minutes later, a couple comes down along, and they have a German Shepherd with them. And the dog is barking. And they were probably there for a good, 15, 20, 25 minutes. She said they were there for a little bit, because they were kind of just checking out everything and letting the dog do their thing. Did I see? Oh, Miss Jessie B's in the house. Hey, Miss Jessie B. I can't wait to see you next weekend. And so they said after that, they left and the dog was gone, and she didn't think nothing of the dog barking, figuring it was probably just because, there's people there and everything. So they're fishing, they start catching some fish, and she said they do a catch and release. They catch the fish and then they put them back in. And I was like, okay, that's great. Either way, even if you fish and you're going to eat them, that's all good. But she said, so her friend went to cast his line, and when he went back, he got his lure stuck in the bushes. and he is tugging, and he's in there, and he's trying to loosen it, trying to get the lure out without snapping the line and everything. And she had happened to look over, and just at that point, she noticed that this very large cat was walking up behind her friend. She said it was about 6 to 7 feet in length. It was extremely thick and muscular, and it had a very long tail. And so she yelled out to her friend, "Oh my God, there's a lion behind you." And as soon as she got that out, it spooked the cat, turned around, and went back up the ridge. And her friend stood up, and he turns around, and it's gone. And he's like, "Man, I wish I'd seen that." And she's like, "No, you don't. No, you don't." She goes, "If you saw it," she goes, "you literally would have crapped your pants." She would have needed adult diapers. I'm sorry. She goes, "No, you don't." So they did end up packing up their gear and heading out. And she said that it was one of those things that it was scary at first, but the more that she thought about it when they were headed out, was the fact that she doesn't think that it was coming up behind him to hurt him. She thinks that between the smell of the fish that they were catching and the fact that his lure was stuck in the bushes and he was rattling those bushes and he's bent down and this cat can't see him, that most likely it was investigating the noise in the bushes and stuff. And when she yelled out, that's when it ran off. So, I mean, she's in detail. She was going over everything. She continued to talk, continued, to just, and we discussed, safety measures, like what she did with yelling to him and it spooking the cat was good. I told her that she may want to end up carrying some bear mace with her, because even though it's a mountain lion, that will work as well. But what she did was good. The way the cat reacted was good. There was no, like, it didn't come back and stalk him or anything. I think it was just the noise. And I was trying to describe to her too, the fact that these cats are a lot like house cats, even though they're bigger, they're more scarier, they're more terrifying. But when they hear these noises, it's just like a house cat. They're going to investigate. They want to think. Well, because the lure got stuck in the bushes. So he was shaking the bushes trying to get the lure out, BMO. And yeah, the cat was curious. That's what she was thinking in the end, because when she yelled and stuff, it did startle the cat and it took off. Damien, oh my gosh, yay, hi, how are you? I'm so glad you're back. The cats have a territory. They have a very large territory if this one is not in transit. Most of them have a territory of anywhere from, it can be 25 to 150 miles. And they do move around that a lot. Most of the time, it's not more than 10 miles in a day, and if they've got to kill, if they did kill something, say a deer or something, they stick around the area a little bit longer because they will bury it, watch over it, eat it until, they're done. And the rest of the scavengers will take care of it. Yeah, an air horn will work too. It will. Yeah, anything loud like that. I'll send you shipping details. Oh yeah. Oh, curious. You've got to have some of BDA's moonshine. I am so excited for next week. Although, I'm sorry, these guys here, this Banter family, last night, there was a lot of questions about wine and stuff, with you. And with me, it's always moonshine. I heard Wojo's comment. I heard it. I did. I am good as lurking as normal. Good to see you again. Oh, yeah. So the only question that I could really ask her, because she was so detailed and stuff, was how in the heck did he get across the dam? Because, I'm not sure what this dam looks like. I'm not sure how big this dam is and stuff. So she had told me that, he was able to actually just walk across it. So I was like, oh, okay. So I ended up going to All Trails, and I'm going to pull those up now. The shine is killer. Yes, it is, Miss Jessie B. It is killer. All right. So let's see. Let's get down here. And attachment 4, where ours 4 right there. Let's see if this is the one. Maybe not. I gotta figure. These pictures are so tiny. Let's see. Something's coming up. Hold on. Yeah, this is the dam. So you are able to hop across, and that's what he did. He hopped across, so he was on the other side. I don't know the dam they were on. All I know is they were right there by it and stuff. And because, yeah, he packed up his stuff. But I mean, there's a beautiful area in there. But it's killer. Ron, hi, how are you? You're always watching. But yeah, so I had sent her a message asking her if